Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to take a quick moment and go over some of the more recent circulating news that I find very fascinating. But before I start, I wanted to also say that I did a video yesterday where I'd mentioned that SBI VC trade will be going live today, July 31st, or really whenever you're watching this video, it could already very well be live. However, in that video, I had also mentioned that according to different articles and sources, there was the talking point and rumor that there could be a level of postponement for a fully activated trading site for at least September, October of this year. However, different people in the XRP community have definitely come out stating that that information is false, especially one, her name is Crypto Eddie. Of course, I would definitely suggest giving her a follow. She does deep dive studies when it comes to SBI VC trade and SBI the company, so she has a pretty good understanding of what's happening there, and she most certainly came out to the public stating, hey, that information is not correct, at least from her studying and what she's found. But she is stating that we could be seeing some sort of maintenance between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Japanese time, so that still could be very well ongoing, because I have actually checked their site directly and I personally haven't seen any major changes on there. As a matter of fact, we can take a quick look at that. But before we do that, I want to just let everyone know that once we do see SBI VC trade going live again today, July 31st, we should at least see the yen paired with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. So a pretty good move when it comes to them getting all set up and activated again for their first day of basically being able to trade live. So again, a quick look at their website directly, and what we can see here, as a matter of fact, this is sbivc.co.jp. I really haven't seen any changes. This is basically all there is to it. You refresh the page and there's really no changes at all. Now again, this could just simply be because it's limited information for those in the United States versus those in Japan. I don't think that that is the case, but I won't put it past any type of site like this right here being in another country. However, if they are still ongoing with their maintenance, that could be another reason why we're not seeing any significant changes. But as of now, guys, I haven't seen anything change on their site. You literally just watched me post this here when it comes to refreshing the page, and we're not seeing any changes. So let me know if you personally have seen any changes. Please leave it in the comment section or find me on Twitter, and that way we can get it linked out there to the public just as well. But as of now, guys, at least we know that the site is up. Just the trade platform is not accessible. So keep all that in mind, guys. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, this next bit of information, I want to give a shout out to King Solomon as part of the XRP community. He likes to be someone who alerts the community members out there with news and articles that we might not be paying attention to. And this right here just so happens to be a very key type of article I found very interesting here. Basically, we're seeing a lot of major companies out there in some form or fashion connecting themselves to Ripple or RippleNet. And of course, this is just making it more easy and accessible for these companies that have some sort of interaction with Ripple later on down the road. Here we see Alipay partners with Flutterwave to link its 1 billion users to merchants in Africa. So, a quick look in this article, we can see that Alipay, an Alibaba-owned mobile payment processor, has partnered with Flutterwave, a pan-African payment firm located in SF in Lagos, Nigeria, in a move that will see Alipay link 1 billion users to Flutterwave's merchants in Africa. So we can see that the Chinese behemoth here, Alipay, is actually kind of merging into the African region with their particular entity and their company. And of course, how does this get anywhere linked to Ripple? Well, it just so happens that as of last year, Flutterwave partnered with Ripple when it comes to being part of their blockchain. So here we have an article again coming from 2018 talking about the connection there with Flutterwave being partnered up with Ripple. They even give a diagram of how the partnership would actually work when it comes to utilizing Ripple's platform there. So guys, we're seeing some major connections here. Whether or not they're going to be absolutely utilizing XRapid immediately or utilizing XRP, that still remains to be seen. But at least these are the stepping stones we need to see for these major companies and conglomerates getting connected in some form or fashion to Ripple. So again, we have Flutterwave connected to Alipay, a very, very big company out there, and Flutterwave is connected to Ripple. So you can see how all of this right here correlates very well together there. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, this last bit here, I want to actually give a shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf. Again, another person in the XRP community I would always suggest following. He just is pretty adamant about making sure, again, a lot of the news that revolves around Ripple and XRP gets circulated to the XRP community members out there. And of course, he actually posted something recent here when it comes to a new article from Cointelegraph.com talking about how Ripple partnered with Kyoto University and the University of Tokyo as part of this University Blockchain Research Initiative for Global Research in Blockchain Tech. So really, guys, we're seeing Ripple partner up with not only major companies out there, but universities just as well, to get this information on an educational form spread out to as many people as possible here. So we're actually seeing very, very big moves for Ripple, again, outside of, you know, a regular economy-based type of system, getting to an educational-based type of system as well. So very, very good exposure for Ripple here, and it makes sense when we're seeing these universities, especially the University of Tokyo, getting merged with Ripple, because if you have heard anything from the past about Tokyo, we're going to be seeing the 2020 Olympics there, and of course a lot of people in Tokyo would like to see XRP become a primary focus digital asset being utilized there when it comes time for the Olympics, because there's going to be a lot of people coming from all over the world to see the Olympics. And when it comes to having your currency going in an exchange rate to get into the yen, for example, that takes a lot of money and a lot of time. And so what better way to actually take advantage of that than to actually utilize XRP instead of going through exchange rate processes, again, in Tokyo, Japan. So pretty big moves, guys, when it comes to what happened here with Ripple and, of course, these two universities, and, of course, the focus of it being in other countries such as Tokyo, where, again, we're having that primary focus of XRP right alongside of the 2020 Olympics. So let me know what you guys think about this. Again, another shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf for this information. One last thing I want to quickly show you guys. Now, this last bit right here, I just want to kind of illustrate to all of you guys how crazy the debt that we're dealing with as far as the United States and even the world. This right here is absolutely huge, guys, and we're going to kind of limit it to the United States debt right now, because someone on Twitter by the name of Alex Saunders posted something very interesting, which was then piggybacked off by someone else. We'll kind of go into that in just a second, but what we see here is that Alex's post says that post GFC central banks printed $20 trillion, cut rates to zero, and said all would be okay. Then Bernanke published a book as a victory lap. Of course, 3 months ago, Yellen said the Fed would not cut rates this year. It didn't work. They were all wrong. But will they be trying again? Time for plan B, and he posts Bitcoin. So it looks as though he's possibly a Bitcoin advocate, which is fine, because I think that those who are dealing with being XRP advocates would actually replace Bitcoin with XRP as that safe haven for this next whatever type of crisis we're going to be dealing with. But nonetheless, there was one person that piggybacked off of that, and it happens to be someone by the name of Mark W. Yusko, who posted this right here. This is what's fascinating. He says $20 trillion. Let that sink in. That's $63,420 every second for the past decade. To pay it back, we would have to retire $20 every second for 31,000 years. Guys, that is absurd when it comes to how you would have to pay this back. And if you think about it, when you have a entity like the Federal Reserve creating money out of thin air for countries out there, and then they attach a tax, or basically an interest rate tax on there, stating, hey, not only do you have to pay this money back, but you have to pay the interest rate, it becomes an unpayable debt. Basically, they would literally have to go in and create more money out of thin air for the replacement of that interest that you would still have to pay back, which means it would be an ongoing process of just simply printing bills forever and ever and ever, so you never get out of debt. And that right there is just interesting when you correlate that with the US debt clock or the world debt clock. As a matter of fact, just a simple quick search at usdebtclock.org will show you your country and their debt. And of course, this right here is a pretty extensive list here of all the major companies that have a significant amount of debt. United States being on the top of that right there with $22 trillion. And look at that number. It's just increasing, guys. It will always increase. And of course, think about the fact that you have interest on top of that that can't be paid back, because it would require the Federal Reserve to create and print more money out of thin air just to have that interest paid off, which then, of course, any new money will have its own interest rate as well. So it's an ongoing debt, guys. And of course, with those who are looking at Bitcoin as a safe haven, there are others who are going to be looking at other digital assets out there like XRP as a safe haven just as well when it comes to any type of crisis that could happen because of this debt. So just something to keep in mind, guys, when it comes to what we're dealing with when it comes to investments such as digital assets and precious metals, gold, silver, you name it, whatever you're trying to get invested in, that is being considered as some sort of safe haven to offset at least this kind of issue of a debt such as this right here, a world debt, which is as big as it is. You limit it down to each one of these countries having their own very specific debt, especially the United States, and you can see it's very astronomical, guys. So keep all that in mind, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just letting you know that things are happening here, and they're ramping up in a way that might not be very beneficial when it comes to the old fiat system. So let me know what you guys think about this information, guys. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. And of course, if you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and share this content with as many people as you possibly can. Once again, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.